avoid using too many appliances and to keep use low during peak hours. Kennedy supporters have apparently used 3 Virginia seating challenges as part of their leverage in getting a rules fight moved to prime time. Reports indicated today that challenges involving 6 delegates have been dropped as a bargaining mechanism. And a 5-year-old boy is in critical condition in a Norfolk hospital tonight after being revived by rescue workers. 5-year-old Jason Lipscomb was dead when pulled out of the water. He had been underneath for between 20 and 50 minutes. And here is a look at the extended forecast, the National Weather Service's extended forecast for Virginia Friday through Sunday. Continued hot and humid through the period. A chance of afternoon thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday. The highs in the mid-90s to near 100. The low in the 70s, except a little cooler in the mountains. I'm Greg Davis, Virginia Action News headlines. And a look at the weather forecast. We'll have more music after this important message. Of the mountains and into the 80s in the mountains. A few thunderstorms popped up during the afternoon, mainly in northern Virginia. No official reporting station logged precipitation through 5 p.m. today. The latest map shows high pressure over the southeastern states and a cold front across the northern Great Lakes. The front will move southeast and become stationary in an east to west line across Pennsylvania Thursday. The ridge and front will result in a westerly flow of hot, humid air for the next several days. The heat and humidity will probably cause a few afternoon and evening thunderstorms. Presently, it's 91 degrees. That's 33 degrees on the Celsius scale. We will have mutual news at 7 o'clock, and at 7:05, Jerry Falwell with the Moral Majority Report. But right now, here's more music from the album, Worthy is the Lamb. Let God be God.
Our paths are rough and sometimes...
The upper portion of York County has been called off. Good morning, I'm Greg Davis with Virginia Action News. State Police Dispatcher Carol Bond says the search was discontinued after at least 7 search parties found nothing. She says it was unlikely a search would be renewed. A York County Fire Department spokesman says state police were using helicopters in the search early this morning. A Williamsburg police dispatcher says Langley Air Force Base reported there was air traffic, and then there was no air traffic. A spokesman at Langley, however, says he knew nothing of a downed aircraft except getting telephone inquiries. And police say the first reports of a downed plane came in around 12:30 this morning. Petersburg detectives are investigating the murder of 55-year-old Robert David Sweet of Disputana. Last evening, an officer on routine patrol spotted Sweet slumped over the steering wheel of his car as it sat along a Petersburg street. The officer investigated and found bullet wounds on the victim's right leg and side. Rescue personnel were called, but Sweet was pronounced dead at the scene. A nearby resident told police he'd heard 2 gunshots earlier and then saw an unidentified man running down an alley. Robbery is a suspect motive in the case because the victim's left front pocket was torn open and nothing but loose change was found on him. Detectives are investigating possible leads, but as of yet, no arrests have been made. A Highway Association president has threatened to sue 2 highway departments over a change in the designation of U.S. Route 2152 between Withville and Bluefield. The American Association of State Highway Officials has dropped U.S. 21 from the designation, leaving the section as simply U.S. 52. The request for the change came from highway departments in West Virginia and Virginia. James Williams, president of the Great Lakes to Florida Highway Association, is mad because the group recently spent $10,000 to print travel brochures on which U.S. 21 is advertised. About 36 Stanley Furniture Company employees have been laid off because of what a company official calls a modest decrease in the number of orders received by the firm. Stanley President William Finn says company officials laid off less than 2% of Stanley's 2,500 workers, so long-term employees can remain on 40-hour work weeks. Finn says company officials do not anticipate further layoffs. Several other Henry County furniture companies have gone to reduced work schedules because of poor business conditions. And the treasurer and assistant town manager of Richlands will become Tazewell's new town manager August 18th. James Blevins will succeed Howard Least, who resigned last month to go into private business. William Van Dyke, a member of town council, has been acting manager since then. Blevins is a Tazewell County native. His salary will be $24,000 a year. I'm Greg Davis, Virginia Action News. I'll have sports after this important message.
Hire somebody who will sweat, strive, toil, tackle, grind, scramble. This summer, hire a kid. If you've got a job to give, call your local National Alliance of Business. They're out to encourage business to get kids going on the right track. All we're asking you to give is a job to a needy kid who's never been given a break. Give a kid a break. Give a kid a job. Call your local National Alliance of Business. Brought to you as a public service by this station and the Ad Council.
It was a night for underdogs in the International League. The Tidewater Tides beat the first-place Columbus Clippers 3-1, and the Richmond Braves downed the third-place Rochester Red Wings 8-4 in 13 innings last night. I'm Greg Davis, Virginia Action Sports. Tidewater's win ended a 4-game Columbus winning streak. Kelvin Chapman drove in the winning run in the 7th inning. Chapman's hit scored Papo Rosado, who singled and was sacrificed to second. The winning pitch was Mike Mendoza. Pitch hitter Steve Hammond's solo home run gave the Richmond the victory, while Jerry Keller hit a 2-run homer late in the 13th inning to give the Braves insurance. Also homering for the Richmond Braves were Rafael Ramirez in the first with one man on, and Terry Harper in the third with the bases empty. Gary Melson was the winner. The Washington Diplomats will be hosting the Toronto Blizzard this evening, and a big crowd is expected. The Diplomats have been averaging better than 18,000 fans a game this season, and if the weather holds, Washington is expected to draw better than 20,000 for this match against the Canadian team. The contest gets underway at 8 p.m. at RFK Stadium. John Lowenstein hit a 2-run, bases-loaded pinch single with 2 out in the bottom of the 8th inning to lift the Baltimore Orioles past the Minnesota Twins 3-2 yesterday. Mike Flanagan went the distance, giving up 5 hits for the victory. Reliever Doug Corbett took the loss. In metro area field events, the 15th annual Governor's Youth Track and Field Meet gets underway at 9:30 this morning at Friendly High School in Oxon Hill, Maryland. The meet features 300 participants, all of them winners of their respective Maryland Recreation League county meets. The event is co-sponsored by the Governor's Office and the Maryland Commission on Physical Fitness. The Washington Bullets forward Bobby Dandridge will be undergoing surgery next week for a compressed nerve in his right leg. The 32-year-old Dandridge, who's been sidelined almost half of last season because of a variety of ailments, says he's not sure if the surgery will clear up all his physical problems, but he says that he hopes to be back playing basketball next year. In other Bullets developments, Coach Gene Shue said that guard Larry Wright was part of the trade in which the team acquired second-round draft pick Jeff Rulin from Golden State last spring. And for youngsters interested in soccer, the McLean Cougars with youth soccer team will be holding tryouts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The tryouts are limited to boys born in 1967 and will be held at 4 p.m. each day in the lower field at Lewinsville Park. A throwing error by Pittsburgh catcher Ed Ott helped the San Diego Padres edge the Pirates 1-0, handing Bucs starter Jim Bibby his first setback since mid-May. Steve Mira won it. Mets veteran outfielder Joe Cardinale, upset because he hasn't been playing much, says he wants to be designated for assignment. Such status would give the Mets 10 days to make a deal for Cardinale. If none were made, he'd be released. An Astros ace pitcher, J.R. Richard, is reported in improved condition in a Houston hospital following emergency surgery Wednesday night to remove a blood clot in his neck. And for Buddy Bell of the Texas Rangers, last night was a good one. In five at-bats, Bell managed 5 hits. He also scored twice and knocked in 2 runs in the Rangers' 7-5.